Hey, what's going on? Thanks for visiting my channel, Broke Man's Magic. I'm your boy, Pastor Magic, and today I have a tech deck and also gameplay of what I'm about to show you. Yes, I know that's rare, but I'm gonna bring that for you. Today I got my black-white sadistic vampire build. I know it's been a minute since I last posted, but trust me, I've been working a lot. I've been out of town for most of the time. And so, I've been slowly building this deck, but now I think it's pretty solid. I won a few games, lost like twice, but I think it's pretty good to go ahead and share with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the lands because that's just kind of how it has set up here. We got concealed courtyards, of course. It's like $5, but if you want to win, I think this is probably the best thing to kind of spend your money on. You know what I'm saying? The mana here, I'm only running 22 lands, so you definitely need to get your black and white out there. I'm running 4 copies of that, 6 copies of plains, and 8 copies of my swamp, and then 4 copies of unclaimed territory. And on here I have 2 different kinds, but it's the same thing, so you're pretty good. So with this like simple mana base here, it's kind of like an aggro deck, so I mean you don't want to run into a lot of lands, so that's why I'm only running 22. But I think this should give you a pretty big wide variety of plains and swamps, so you should be good on a land. Let's go to our others here. We have Legion's Landing. At first I was kind of skeptic about this card. I seen it work for other people. I seen it just kind of just be a waste, just kind of sitting there, because you need to be aggressive using this card. So if you're not planning on attacking with 3 creatures at any point, don't play this card. But I mean, for this deck here, you're definitely going to be swinging quite often with usually 3 or more creatures. So I went ahead and put 3 copies of this. It gives you a token right off the bat, a great turn 1 card, and after you go ahead and flip it, you can use it for mana and then pay 3 and create a 1/1 white vampire. So I mean, with lifelink, so I mean it's definitely a great value for your 1 mana. We got this here. I'm only using this, I got 3 copies, only for its indestructible ability. The Scry 1 is like, oh, okay, sure, why not? But mainly I'm using it for its indestructible ability because once your opponent kind of finds out what you're doing, fatal pushes, a whole bunch of removal starts to come out the woodworks, you know what I'm saying? So it's really important to keep your creatures safe. But if not, this is usually cards that I sideboard if that's not the route that they're going, or if I feel that it's not really doing anything for me. Of course, if you're running black, I highly suggest running fatal pushes. I'm running 4 copies. It's really my only removal in this deck. Yeah, it's my only removal, so I gotta run 4 copies. Its revolt trigger is like, if I can kind of set them up to do it, cool. But if not, then it's usually 2 or less. You know what I'm saying? We got this dude here, Vicious Consquator, whatever. A great 1-drop. With this deck, it really relies on kind of like my creature's ability, and once you see the rest of the creatures, you kind of see, each turn they're going to be losing life on a consistent level. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely a good 1-drop, 1/2 body. He can kind of stand up to some chump blockers. You know what I'm saying? So he's a really good 1-drop. Of course, when you're running any tribal deck, you gotta play Metallic Mimic. I've been seeing a lot of builds out there, and it seems like nobody wants to play Metallic Mimic. It's only like $4 or $5. You know what I'm saying? And I've been having this card since months ago. So I mean, definitely don't trade it, because trust me, you're gonna be using this card quite a lot. But it go ahead and builds up my vampires. I mean, a +1 counter. You know what I'm saying? Just for a 2-drop, it's beautiful, especially for this build. I don't have a lot of lords in this one, so Metallic Mimic kind of fills in that spot. Pretty daggone good. Next card is a Side Blade of the Legion. Um, I'm pretty sure you're probably saying, hey, preach. Why are you messing with this 2-drop 1/3 flying? There's plenty of other cards out here that you can substitute it for. My answer is the only reason why I chose this card is for its flying ability. Yes, I want to go over my opponent's head so I can go ahead and trigger this, because if I'm going to be afraid to attack because they're going to chump block and kill my creatures just to activate this, it may not be worth it. I may not want my creatures to die, but if I have flying, and 9 out of 10 a lot of your opponents is not going to have anything to block flying, trust me. So why not? I want this out there. I may want a couple of other cheap creatures out there. Go ahead and play this to keep them, protected. And then boom, I can easily swing with 3 creatures and not be in fear that my creatures are going to die. And plus, if you have Metallic Mimic out, turn 2, turn 3, go ahead and drop this one. Now you got a 2/4. I think that's a little, now that's worth a 2-drop. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a great 2-drop. My other 2-drop, of course, is Legion Lieutenant. Other vampires you control get +1/+1. So now if you have these 3 cards here, now you're messing with a 3/5 flying. That's going to definitely do some damage. 3 drops, I think, is probably one of the most important drops in Magic. This dude here, Maverin's Dusk Apostle. I'm gonna call this Mr. Apostle. It says whenever one or more non-tokens, keyword non-token vampires you control attack, create a 1/1 white vampire creature token with lifelink. Once again, that helps with flying, because if I'm just gonna give away a free creature and just let you kill it just for a 1/1 token, I may not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But if I have someone with flying and they can't block it, I just got me a free token and you didn't kill my creature. You know what I'm saying? So I think that kind of works in together. And plus, of course, if you have Metallic Mimic and Legion Lieutenant, your 1/1 white vampire is now a 3/3. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of works together. Once again, keep your creatures protected. You want to keep Metallic Mimic protected, Legion Lieutenant, and Dusk Apostle. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like your hidden engine in this deck. You know what I'm saying? This dude here, which is what this deck is pretty much called after, I think it's a really amazing card. Sadistic Sky Marcher. Says as an additional cost to play this dude, reveal a vampire, which you should be able to, or pay 1. So I mean, at the worst, it's going to be a 4-drop, but definitely play smart. Don't just throw out all your cards out at once and then be like, oops, I did it again. I forgot to play this card, because then it's going to hurt. But it has lifelink, I think that's, and flying. So it kind of goes along with the theme of this deck: flying, lifelink, swing in the air. If you have your 2 lords out there, he's a 4/4 for a 3-drop with lifelink and flying. Pretty daggone awesome. All right, for my 4-drops, I have Sanctum Seeker. I mean, if you're not playing this card in a vampire deck, you don't know Magic. I'm just gonna go ahead and say you don't know Magic, Pimpin'. Whenever a vampire you control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Once again, if I got $1 for every time I said flying, I'll probably have about $18 right now. These dudes right here with flying is going to be easy money, easy swings right there. Now that you swung with someone with flying that can't be blocked, you just got a free token. The token is now beefed up, and now your opponent is losing life for you attacking. Doesn't get any better than that. Next, I have Linda, the Dusk Rose. Man, they become some crazy names. I thought it was a lot of other good 4-drops, but I think she's a pretty solid, I'm glad I pulled this card so now I can kind of get back in the game type pull. It's a legendary creature. Remember that, because I messed up on that one time. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1 counter on this card. Whenever Linda dies, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is Linda's power. Um, like I told you, I got plenty of lords out here. Definitely play it smart, and then you can. At one point, I got 6 1/1 vampire tokens with lifelink. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta play it smart. You know what I'm saying? Um, my last card for my 5-drop is Bishop of the Bloodstained. I thought about Bloodstained Vampire build, but I thought that was a little too, graphic. You know what I'm saying? But this card is pretty tight. This is definitely a 2 of, because sometimes you're not gonna have a big board state, so it's kind of just like a waste of a 5-drop. But if you play this right, along with Dusk Apostle, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can actually have a pretty decent board state and usually hit your opponent for about 4 or 5 life. It says whenever Bloodstained enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life for each vampire you control, and that includes him. So I mean, you can easily hit your opponent 4 or 5 life, go ahead and attack, have this dude out here. Now everybody's swinging besides your new creature, so now they're losing 3 just off of GP. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your flying creatures, so if they can't block your flying creatures, that's even more damage. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really simple deck, but it's fun, 1, and 2, it actually wins. You know what I'm saying? Here's my sideboard here. I'm not gonna go over it because it's just gonna take too long, but go ahead and pause the video if you want to see exactly what I have here, and let's jump into the gameplay. All right, so let's see what we have here. It's probably my only black source. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. And if you made it this far, if you just jumped into the gameplay to see what I got here, definitely subscribe. Just take 2 seconds out of your day, hit that beautiful red button. I definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'll say thank you, next video. That'd be awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and claim vampires on this unclaimed territory. Let's see. No black source cards yet. I guess that's good because I don't have a swamp, so I couldn't play like a fatal push or something. You know what I'm saying? All right, so black, red. All right, this is actually the next build I was going to do. Let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, pirates. Yeah, duh. They don't really have a choice, huh? Non-creature. All right, that's cool. They can have that. They ain't gonna be using it. Let's see. All right, we got a swamp. Cool. All right, so I'm definitely going to play Talent Mimic. Go ahead once again, claim vampires. Now I am afraid because my opponent might have a shock, anything, magma spray. That would kind of suck, but hopefully they don't. Let's see. What you gonna do? Yeah. Don't get rid of my mimic. This is broke man's magic. I ain't got nothing special. What you gonna do? Yeah, there goes the fatal push. All right, that's cool. I forgot fatal push. They probably got a lot of removal. I think black and red, you can have at least 14 spells in your build, and 10 of those could easily be nice removal. All right, but that's cool. What is? I don't like old boy anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and put a body out in the air so my opponent doesn't think they can just keep swinging in the air like that on me. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys are listening, you know what I'm saying, let me know. Doesn't matter if I'm speaking to you while, gameplay is going on, or do you guys like, like having someone kind of narrate what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Get to know me and all that. You know my voice and da da da. Or does it really matter? Are you just here for the mother? All right, another freaking push. All right. We good. It's cool. We just swinging for one. It's all good. We got plenty of lands. I'm only running 22 lands. If you miss a deck, freaking tech. I got 22 lands and I have 6 of them. All right, it's all good. I only lost 2 life. I don't know why I'm sweating right now. Hopefully my opponent loses. Oh no, he got a land. All right, so now we. Let's see. Who do I want to play first? I'm gonna go ahead and play Marvin's Garden. Now you see why this card will be very useful. I could at least protected someone at one point, or he could have wasted 2 fatal pushes on 1 creature. You know, so I mean, I knew this was gonna be coming, but all right, let's see if we can kind of bounce back. Let's see. All right, they got 5 lands, 4 cards in here, so they could pretty much. I'm thinking they can pretty much play any card out of their deck right now. What you got? Oh, here goes that new one. All right, cool. Now, if he swings at everybody, I'm just going to have to take it. Ooh, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, do I want to take 8? Yeah, I'm just going to take the 8. I'm just going to take the 8, guys. I'm using my life points as collateral damage. I hope they lose like 20 life right here. Another freaking land. Maybe that's good. They're pulling. Oh man, I can't be pulling lands too. Dang. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and play Alinda. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and not attack. Let's see. It's gonna be some interesting triggers. Because if I block here, I wish I was blocking someone with first strike, then that would definitely work. But if this dude dies before Alinda, does she get a +1 and then she dies and then boom? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, we'll find out. Nice cycling. Probably has 2 mini land in this hand. So do I, brother. So do I. Alright, cool. As long as he doesn't have haste. If he had haste, oh, alright. Alright, so next turn I'm definitely gonna, on his next turn I'm definitely gonna lose if I don't do something now. He's probably looking at my cards like, man, this fool got 2 lands. I'm about to win this. Let's see. Because I'm definitely going to get rid of this guy. So I hope he does attack with. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that was smart. Now let's see. Yeah. All right, so now I got me 2. Yeah, cast with additional cost. Because trust me, I got plenty of lands, bro. Alright. She has lifelink, so now you see why, this is a great card to kind of like keep my opponent guessing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a really good stall tactic, if anything. Let's see what they do. You may search your library for a pirate card, reveal it, and then shuffle your library and put a card at the top. Each. Also, I lose a life for each pirate that comes in. That's a pretty decent card. I like that. It's a 3-drop. That's a little scary. Alright, so he's gonna put his best pirate on top, so attacking 2 in the air. I don't know why he didn't attack with more. He could have definitely ended the game. I don't know, because he doesn't want her to die. Alright, I might want my shield. I'll take that. Alright. Oh, I need something tight right now. Oh, that's not what I needed. Alright, guys, this ain't looking too good. Because he could just attack. Alright, so let's say he swings. That'll be, is it +2? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, that'll be 20 minus what? Their biggest creature, 5. So that'd be 15 he's attacking with, and then I gain 5 before damage is done. Yes, it's not looking too good.
What's up, Johnny Benjamin?
Let's see, 4, 8. All right. I don't know. Yeah, because I already chose blockers. It's not gonna let me. Almost just died just right there, bro. All right. Dang, that would have been nice too. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and drop one more because I definitely can't leave this game on a loss. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to watch another one, stay right tuned.